Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing another pregnancy update. I decided to chunk this one into the 16-20 weeks since not a ton has been going on. So yeah, I figured it would get a little boring if I did it like every week or even every other week, you know, because there's not really a whole lot going on. But anyway, if you guys want to hear about what's been going on the last month, stay tuned. So the first update, I'll start back at around 16 weeks. And the biggest change there would be I started getting like these little red bumps like all over my stomach and some of my arms, and I did a little bit of research, and the most thing I could find was it's called something and it only happens in pregnancy, but it usually doesn't happen until like later on in pregnancy, and I forget the name of it, but they were kind of itchy. And they ended up going away though. It lasted a couple of weeks and I didn't even have to bring it up to my doctor because it just like went away before I saw her, so it wasn't like that big of a deal. That's like the biggest like thing that's happened, I think, in that week. And I wrote stuff down so don't forget. Probably the most exciting thing that's happened in the last month is the gender reveal. We did find out that we are having a little girl, and if you guys missed that gender reveal video, I did post one. I'll link that one down below. It was shocking, honestly. I thought like 100% that I was having another boy. Like my body lied, my mind lied to me. Me and my husband were so convinced, and he said like last second when he was on his way home that morning, he had like a change of heart really quick and he's like, oh, we're gonna have a girl. So maybe he knew, I don't know. But I had my regular monthly OB appointment on a Friday, and then I had the anatomy scan during week 18, and that was on a Tuesday, like, well, 4 days after my OB appointment. So I had had my OB check. She didn't tell us. She wrote it on a piece of paper, and we were gonna find out originally with family first, but then me and my husband decided, you know what, since this is more likely than not our last baby, let's go ahead and find out together. Because then when we found out with Finley, I was at the anatomy scan with my mom because my husband had to work, so he had to miss that, which kind of made me sad. So I thought it'd be fun to find out together and then surprise the family, which is in the video I posted. Kind of tricked the family a little bit. But yes, we did find out we're having a little girl, and that is so exciting. And I feel now, I think if we would have had another boy, there would always be that thought in the back of my head that was like, well, what about a little girl? You know, like but I also think that anytime I thought about like the future, or like if I think about going to Disneyland, things like that, I always had pictured two boys, like being a boy mom. That was always something that I had pictured. And I'm shocked now because during the anatomy scan, I had them double check. And we had found out, we decided to open the envelope 2 days after my OB appointment, so that Sunday, and then Tuesday we had them confirm, and they had asked me, do you want to know the gender, or do you already know? And I said yes, and yes, but I'm not going to say anything because I want to see what you guys say first. So they did confirm without a doubt that it is definitely a girl. But anyway, one thing during my anatomy scan is that the person who does the ultrasound, she did notice that my placenta is low right now. We're kind of hoping that goes upwards, and I said in my previous pregnancy updates that my placenta is anterior, so it's in the front already, and it is fundal. My OB told me when she told me about the gender and wrote it down for me in that appointment, she did say it's fundal, which means top, I think. So kind of hoping that it shifts backwards a little bit, and well, up and backwards, I guess, because I really don't want to have to end up having a C-section. That would suck really bad, but they didn't seem too nervous about it, so we'll see. And I did do some research, and like 90% of the time it resolves on its own. So I do have to have another ultrasound in the 3rd trimester, I think around like 28 to 30 weeks, just to like make sure it's headed in the right direction. Because they did say before, if you had watched my previous update, that my protein in my placenta was lower than they'd like, I should say. So we'll see how that goes. I'm actually not too worried. They didn't seem too worried. I do have to go back in a couple of weeks because Little Miss was not cooperating and they couldn't get all the pictures they needed. I think of like the brain, but they said the ones they did get, everything looked great. So that was good to hear. So let's talk about sickness. I am no longer sick, which is great. However, I did throw up this morning, and I'll gag every once in a while, but honestly, it's no big thing. And I think I just gagged so much this morning, I ended up throwing up in the sink, the kitchen sink, which is pretty gross, but what are you gonna do? That's better than on the floor, I guess, right? Also, when it comes to the sickness, I am still taking Unisom. I forgot to take it, what was it, like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and the next day I definitely felt it. I felt way more nauseous, so I had to stay on Unisom almost my whole pregnancy with Finley, so I'm not too shocked, and honestly it makes me sleep better, so I guess it's a win-win. And speaking of sleep, I did invest in something. You can probably see that behind me. I got this, let me show you guys. I got this fancy pregnancy pillow. And let me tell you, if you guys have never had a pregnancy pillow, and I didn't when I was pregnant with Finley, I just used like a body pillow, but that thing is behind those pillows and it's so flat, like, no. I just found myself, like, I feel like I was squishing my stomach when I was sleeping, because I always sleep on my stomach or like on my side. And this, I found, like, prevents me from doing that, but I get so comfortable, and I actually don't use another pillow. I just use this one because this is the top of it, and I'll usually just, like, cuddle up like this with it, and even if you're not pregnant, get one. But anyway, but yes, I got a pregnancy pillow, and I think we got it for like 50 bucks on Amazon, and honestly, you guys, it was probably one of the best purchases I've ever made. And I would highly recommend it. So yeah, great purchase. A symptom I've been having more recently is heartburn. I had horrible heartburn with Finley. Like, I would wake up in the middle of the night crying because my heartburn was so bad and nothing helped. I pretty much ate my body weight in Tums, and then I remember someone had not messaged me, but commented on something on my personal Facebook and said, like, apparently only like a certain amount of Tums a day, like 2 is how much you should be having for the entire day in calcium. And I'm like, well, that's not gonna happen. So you know what, if Tums is gonna work for me, you know what, I'm gonna eat those Tums. So but it hasn't been too bad yet. Usually I'll just eat like 2 or 3 Tums, and it's always right before bed, I've noticed, and then I'm fine. So not too worried about it, honestly. I think it'll be fine. We'll see how it goes. The next thing that's been going on recently over the last month is I feel like I'm just really sweaty all the time. Like, I don't know if it's like hot flashes, it's definitely gotta be the hormones, but I feel like my deodorant doesn't work anymore. Like, I just feel like I stink all the time, honestly. And that sucks, but I was like that with Finley too. I felt like deodorant just like never worked for me. And I always feel like I'm like a sweaty person in general. I feel like I sweat a lot, but being pregnant, it's like exponentially worse. So that's been kind of tough. I just feel kind of stinky all the time. And honestly, just with pregnancy, like, pregnancy in general is just not super glamorous. And TMI, if you guys don't want to hear this, skip ahead. But when you're pregnant, you have a lot more discharge. You have a lot more going on. And that makes me feel kind of gross. And then like the sweatiness makes me feel stinky. So I've been taking a body shower at least once a day, especially before bed, because it's like, I don't want my husband getting home and then us laying in bed at night just like relaxing and me feeling like I stink and don't want to lift my arm up. You know? But anyway, that's more of a recent symptom. I know it's only going to keep continuing, and I'm going to be real pregnant in the middle of the summer. You guys hear that? Today's the day they decide to weed whack and mow the damn lawn. Trying to film a YouTube video, sir. So the last thing I'm going to talk about is names. I will be doing a names we like but may not be using or will not use. I don't know, once we have a name, I'll come up with the title and film it because I don't want to give away the name if we're going to use it. So I want to do a whole separate video for that and kind of make it fun for a family and all of that. But we haven't come up like 100% with a name yet. There are a couple that we're throwing around that we really like. I find that girls' names are really hard. Like, I'm not a big fan of names that end in like Lynn or like more like super exotic names. Like, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. So while they're cute for other babies, definitely not, I don't think they'd be cute for us. But anyway, once we do have a name, I am gonna make a video. And you know, I found that when it comes to coming up with a name for your child, everyone and their mother is gonna have an opinion. Like, I think that our best bet is gonna be holding off on the name as long as possible. And I know when we came up with Finley, there was some opinions on Finley, and now that he's here, like, he just looking at me just looks like Finley. You know how like the name just kind of matches the personality and matches the kid. And like I said, everyone has an opinion about the name, and I see that meme, really, sorry guys. I see the name or the meme about like, you don't realize like something about whatever until you come up with until you have to name your child. It's like everyone has something to say about it. But you know what? If we like a name and me and Justin both agree on it and we love it, guess what? That's gonna be our child's name. So I'm not, this sounds mean, but I'm not really looking at opinions for names. It's just gonna be, if we love it and we're the parents, guess what? That's what the name's gonna be. So there it is. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys my belly now. So, all right. Let me try to get this going a little bit there. This is the belly. If you want to see, I have my pregnancy. Oh, that's the only thing bad about pregnancy pants is that like there's no like real, you know. But this is it. I am definitely getting a whole lot bigger, so, which is exciting. But yeah, this is it, guys. I forgot to mention that I am going to be doing a, what we got, like baby haul here soon. We did get the Halo bassinet, and I got that used. She only used it for a couple months, and it was a baby shower gift. So she wasn't out any money or anything, and she gave it to me for 80 bucks. So pretty happy about that, because as you guys know, if you've ever gotten things for baby, let me tell you, that is expensive. But Finley did sleep a lot in the rock and play, and I know they've been recalled. However, like just doing the research on them, I don't think I would want the baby to sleep in it full time again. I would love the baby to be swaddled and sleeping in there for the first couple months, because the baby will be with us, and eventually we'll be moving when the baby's about 6 months or so. Hopefully, fingers crossed, if everything works out, our lease is up after the baby's about 6 months or so. Almost 7 months. So the baby will be with us until then, but I would change that out with the crib. We have that whole wall that if you guys watched my cleaning video in the master bedroom, I rearranged everything and we would put the crib there, but we will see. But yeah. So that is all for my update. You guys hear all the things. Hopefully this wasn't too long. We'll see how the next update goes. I may do another month, or I may do, if something happens in the next couple weeks, like after my anatomy scan or my next OB appointment is in a couple weeks, then we'll see, you know. But other than that, I might do another month if nothing crazy is going on. And yeah, let me guys, oh, my baby brain. Let me know in the comments below, guys, what type of baby-related videos you want to see, if any. I've been much more on a roll when it comes to uploading lately, at least twice a week, which has been awesome. And I finally got over 600 subscribers. I think today I'm at 607. So thank you all so much for your support and for subscribing and liking my videos and commenting and all that good stuff. I super appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.